I bought an electric car to drive Lyft. I'm going to talk to you about how much I'm making. It's going to be interesting. Back up to the beginning. There's a lot of reasons why I got this car. I was waiting for them to go down to $25,000. Then I can do a tax deduction. After I got it, it wasn't even a factor. I didn't do it. You only get to do one every 3 years, and I wanted to save it because I'm thinking in the next 3 years, I might buy another Tesla, like a Cybertruck. In the first 4 hours, I did pretty good, $111. I'm so happy to be back on the road. I like driving. There's also this $150 bonus every week for doing 50 trips, which is really easy to do. I got this car with no money. I wasn't making any money. I had to do something, so I got this car. I love this job. It is so fun. Turns out I don't need a dash cam because the Tesla has cameras all built in. There's a camera inside, pointed at me, and I can't access the footage. I could look at it live, but I can't download it. So I have to put a dash cam in here. I can't use the Tesla. Slick Nick!
Hey, Dave.
Slick Nick XP! So Slick Nick, my friend, I run into him on one of my first days out, which I thought was so crazy because he had been renting a Tesla. He told me get a long range, and so I listened to him. It's weird seeing him one of the first days out. You can use the temporary paper plates they give you to start on Lyft. The only thing is it kept asking me for my plate number every day to enter the new plate, even though you don't have it yet. Currently, there's no surge, but when I first got out there a few months ago, there was surge all the time, constant, like different areas of LA would be surging. There was new things that I've never seen before. Oh, there was a $700 bonus that they gave me. That's another thing that got me to buy this Tesla. I just saw the stars aligning. You could get a used Model 3 for less than $25,000. Lyft wanted to give me $700. Now that I'm out and I'm seeing different parts of LA, I even picked up at the Sloss and Swap meet. I was happy. The thing you got to realize is the more money we make as drivers, the more people are going to want to drive. I'm actually kind of liking being back. The money, my earnings pop up on the app as I drive. It's that people weren't accepting. I have let's say I'm filtering my rides home. So I'm only taking rides going home. So then these flags will pop up while I'm waiting for a ride, and then I could find one that actually works for me possibly. It may not be on the way home totally, but it'll at least get me north or like in a direction I like. I've been just grinding it out like crazy because I bought half of this car on a credit card. So I'm working my ass off trying to get the credit card portion paid down as quickly as possible so I don't pay a lot of interest. And I worked 12 hours a couple times where it's telling me I have a break required. I have to log off for 6 hours before I can log back on again. You can see my first week I did pretty good. In it was only a few days I was able to make $518, 23 hours online. It was always my dream to have a black car and also an electric car. Very happy about this electric car. Also getting the $150 extra every week. First week I get this cancellation notice. I think this might have been from a year ago because I didn't cancel any trips up to this point and they're sending me this. One of the great things about the Tesla is the one pedal driving. You just let off the gas and it'll brake for you, so you don't even really need to use the brake pedal. My driver report is good, so I think it's just because I'm back on the road for the first time in a while that they're sending me some of these messages. At the top is a message saying not to put up tents in the staging lots. I don't know what was happening at Burbank Airport. Well, that's a horrible airport lot. It's not big enough. So here's the first full week of driving, me grinding it out, and it looks like in about 40 hours of driving, you can make $1,200. Although that's not consistent, it turns out. We'll get into it. But it is a good marker, depending on how you're driving and a lot of choices that you're making. But this is what's possible. You need the electric car to get the extra $150 in order to make this possible. Over here at the Lyft, it's all Konas. They're all electric
Hyundai Konas.
Konas. A zillion of them. So if you're trying to get an electric car to do Lyft, do at Lyft Express Drive, the La Cienega one for LA. Here, Lucy, she gave me my airport thing. Even though they close at 4:30, they shut the gate. And also it says on the thing that the gate shuts at 5. I got here and the gate was shut and I was kind of like, yo, Lucy hooked me up. This is the Lyft app. Refer a driver. You won't get any kind of bonus if you don't use my code. You can see the code at the bottom and I'll put it in the description here. David 042338. If you don't have a car, get this by getting a rental. The rentals are available from a couple different places in LA. Dude, this is OG. This is some OG Uber stuff right here. Uber Gold. If you know, you know.